Unwan al-Basri, according to the tradition, he was an old man, 94 years old. He was in Medina, and he was a student of Malik ibn Anas. You know Imam Malik, Malikis, that school of fiqh? He was a devout student of Imam Malik. And then he discovered Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. So he decides to go and ask the Imam for knowledge. He comes to the Imam and he says that I want to study under you. The Imam alayhi salam, he says, Ana rajulun matloob. I have a lot of people who demand my attention. Go back to Malik. The Imam sensed that this man was trying to put the knowledge of others at the same level as the knowledge of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. He says, go back to him. You enjoy that? Go. So he says, I felt distraught. He says that if Ja'far al-Sadiq saw any goodness in me, why did he turn me away? He has 4,000 people under his member. Why doesn't he accept me? So he says, I went to the masjid of Rasulullah and I prayed 2 rak'ah and I asked Allah, turn the heart of Ja'far al-Sadiq to me, so he'll accept me as his student. He says, I stayed in my home. I quit the classes of Imam Malik ibn Anas. I stopped going. I would only leave my house for the obligatory prayers. Until one day I mustered up the courage. I swallowed my pride and I went to the house of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. I knocked on the door. The servant answered. I asked if I could speak to the Imam. The servant says that he's engaged in his prayers. Let me ask him. The Imam grants him permission. It's a lengthy hadith, but I just want to mention this. He sits beside the Imam, and the Imam gives him 9 pieces of advice. One of them is the following. The Imam says, beware of eating when you don't crave it. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, he says, do not eat unless you're hungry. Because the worst vessel that has been filled by the human being is his stomach. You're not going to become like Ayatollah Qadhi if you're having 10 pounds of biryani every night. We're not talking about haram. Haram food is poison for the soul. People ask, Sheikh, I read Dua Kumail and I don't feel anything. Habibi, 90% of your income is from haram. Of course you're not going to cry during Dua Kumail. When it comes to haram, Imam Zainul Abidin says, luqmatu haram. You know what luqma means? A morsel, not a dish. A morsel of haram. If you consume haram, your dua is blocked for 40 days. And your salah is not maqbool, meaning Allah is not pleased with it. You still have to pray, but Allah is not pleased with it. There's a disconnection now between you and your Lord. What happens to you if your phone dies? What happens to you when your phone runs out of battery? You feel uncomfortable. You feel uneasy when you're not able to communicate with makhluk. What will happen to you when the connection with your Lord is severed for 40 days? If I take away your phone for 40 days, you'll be in the hospital. Even if you're eating halal, don't overeat. Rasulullah never overeat. Amirul Mu'mineen, they would never fill their stomachs because they ate to live. They didn't live to eat. There are some people, you sit with them, you have breakfast. So Sheikh, what are we going to do for lunch? Habibi, we just ate. Very food-centric mentality. Always thinking about food. Our bodies need food. Eat, be healthy, but don't overdo it. Don't eat more than what is necessary, because even if you consume halal food more than it is necessary, it will have a negative impact on your spirituality. The nourishment for your physical body is food. But insan is not just a body. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. start treating the body like it's just a vehicle. It's a temporary thing. It's a rental. Put the gas in it, let it run, but don't get attached to it. Because the essence is what? Spiritual, not bodily.